Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video. And today I'm back with another Clan Royale episode showcasing some of the best replays from my fellow clan members. And on the bottom, as a level 8, we have Tomato from my clan, and he's facing a level 9 here, Crazy Grapes on the top. So this is a battle of the fruits here. Unless Tomato is a vegetable, I'm not too sure. But anyways, Crazy Grapes is using the double prince strategy here. So we're going to see how Tomato handles this. Tomato is using the giant three musketeer strategy, which I tried to use in yesterday's video, but I failed miserably. So if you guys want a good laugh watching me lose some live battles, go ahead and watch that video. But right here, unfortunately, things aren't looking too good for Tomato right at the start here. Crazy Grapes is being super aggressive with the double print strategy, but Tomato does have 2 electric pumps down here, way in the back, and I do notice how he is protecting those electric pumps way in the back instead of setting them up front, because he really relies on the elixir in this deck strategy. So right here, there's a level 4 baby dragon coming in. Now, Tomato is going to ignore that baby dragon completely, just let it do some damage to the tower. He's going to start doing a slow push in the back with the giant. Now, it's an important strategy, guys, sometimes to allow your towers to soak up some damage to build out some elixir. So as you can see here, because that giant was all the way in the back, it allowed Tomato to build up enough elixir to drop the 3 musketeers behind it. So even though he did take some damage on that tower, he now has a pretty strong push going back to the top there. So watch this, in a couple of seconds, with that giant and 3 musketeer under a rage spell, Tomato is able to take care of that tower all the way from full health down to nothing in a couple of seconds. But now he's got a little bit of a counter push to worry about here. But the Valkyrie, guys, is super strong, and it's a great counter to the Dark Prince. And you notice how he used those goblins to distract that mini P.E.K.K.A, while the Valkyrie distracted the Dark Prince. So right here, there's another baby dragon coming in here. His tower is getting pretty low at this point, all the way down to 400 health. But he's still going to focus on putting that elixir pump down way in the back there and just getting that elixir flowing. So once again, Prince is coming in on the left-hand side. He's going to use the giant this time to distract that Prince. And watch this, guys. He places the Valkyrie way up front there to take care of that wizard. And watch this. The Valkyrie is able to take care of that wizard, finish off the Prince, and then go on to do some pretty strong damage to that Dark Prince. Now there is a minion horde coming here, but fortunately Tomato does have the arrows ready. So overall, there's 30 seconds left in this battle. Tomato can focus on defending for the last 30 seconds and hold out for a 1 crown win. But we're going to see what happens in these last 20 seconds here. There's a Prince coming here, uses the goblins obviously to distract that Prince. And now there is a 3 musketeers marching up that bridge here with a giant up front. Now with only 10 seconds left, guys, under a rage ball, that giant with 3 musketeers are able to go in and finish off that king tower in a couple of seconds, all the way from full health, all the way down to 0 in only a couple of seconds. Only a couple of seconds before the battle ends, giving Tomato the 3 crown victory, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at another replay here. So here we are, guys, with the next replay. On the bottom for my clan we have Henry, and on the top we have Saw Moondraw. Both players are level 8 here, but watch right at the start here, Moon is going to be super aggressive with a Hog Rider minion horde push, which is super risky, especially at the start when you don't know your opponent's hand. But take a look at Henry's starting hand. He has nothing in his deck to counter this push here. He does have the Zap spell, but that's all the way at the back of the rotation here, so he does take some damage there, but more importantly, he takes a huge elixir loss here. He's sitting at 4 elixir, his opponent is sitting at 7, so he did defend successfully, but like I said, he took an elixir loss there. But watch this, Moon drops the cannon proactively, and I've said this a lot in my previous video, guys. The cannon is not a proactive defense, it's a reactive defense. It only lasts 30 seconds, so you have to save it and place it down when you need it. Don't do what he did and place it down before you do your push, because as you'll see, that cannon is pretty much done, and for 3 elixir, he's got no use out of it. Now, right here, Moon is going to go in with the Barbarians as well as a Hog Rider. Henry has the Baby Dragon, which is a good counter to the Barbs, and he's going to drop down his own Barb as well as some Goblins to take out that Hog Rider. But unfortunately for him, the Hog Rider is able to sneak in there and get a couple heads off on that tower, bring it all the way down to 960 health. But watch this right here, Henry has a strong counter push going on here right now, guys. And like I said, because that cannon was placed proactively, it's dead right there, and the Hog Rider, Barbarian, and the Baby Dragon are able to go in there and do some damage to that tower. Now watch this, Hog Rider is able to go in and finish off that tower. So with that one counter push, guys, that tower is all the way from pretty much full health to dead. So that's why you have to be super careful, guys, when you're pushing, because as you saw, Moon overextended with a Hog Rider Barbarian push, and as a result, the counter push was able to take out one of his towers. Now right there, Moon did one of my favorite things, was going in with the Hog Rider as well as the Fireball. If you can predict that your opponent is going to use the barbs to counter your Hog Rider. So he was able to do some damage to his tower. Henry's tower is all the way down to 500 health here. And right now, Henry's going to start focusing on the right-hand tower with a Hog Rider, a bunch of Goblins, and a Baby Dragon. Now, Moon uses his arrows there, so right here would be a good opportunity for Henry to use the Minion Horde. Now, unfortunately for Henry, he dropped those barbs just at the last second before that Fireball hit. So that was a huge Fireball for Moon. He was able to do some damage to that tower, take out the Electric Pump, as well as pretty much kill all of the Barbarians, because they won't get anything accomplished when they go into the zone there. Now right here, that Hog Rider is able to sneak in there and finish off that tower. So things are all even here. Only 15 seconds left. Both players have one tower down. Now right here, Moon is going to be super aggressive with a Minion Horde as well as some Barbarians, but Henry does have some good cards to counter it. He has the Zap spell to take out the Minion Horde, and then he has his own barbs to take out his barbs, and with the help of the Crown Towers, he is able to successfully defend with a few remaining troops and then set up a counter push. Now watch this, Hog Rider's going to go in there with the Baby Dragon, but unfortunately, he's going to get killed by those Goblins pretty quickly and only get about 1 or 2 hits off on that tower. So with 40 seconds left, Moon is going to be super aggressive once again with the Barbarian Hog Rider push. Now watch this, guys. Hog Rider is able to sneak past all of those troops and get a couple hits off on that tower. But, like I said earlier, you have to be careful with the overextensions, because right here, Henry does set up a counter push. He's going to go in there with the Hog Rider, some Barbarians, as well as a Baby Dragon, and he's going to be able to take out that tower for the 2-crown victory, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at one final replay here. So here we are, guys, with the final replay. On the bottom, from my clan, we have not a gay name. Now, I'm going to refer to him as Blue throughout this battle, just because his name is fairly long. And on the top, we have Jeffrey. This is a level 7 versus a level 8 here, guys. So there is a little bit of a level difference. Now, both players are going to go in with a slow tank push. Blue has the Giant, and Jeffrey has the Golem. So this is going to be pretty interesting here, which one of the tanks wins. It's important to note, though, that the Golem costs a lot more Elixir than the Giant. So Blue has a little bit more Elixir to spare here. Now, Jeffrey's going to go in with a Wizard for support, and Blue is going to go in with a Spear Goblins. Now watch what happens right here, guys. Blue uses the Musketeer to help damage that Golem, and he's going to be super sneaky here with a Hog Rider and some minions on the opposite lane. And split pushing, guys, is super important. You have to know when it is the right opportunity, when your opponent has invested too much Elixir on one lane, then try and sneak in on the opposite lane, because as you can see right there, Blue was able to go in with only one Hog Rider and a couple of minions and completely take out that tower all the way from full health down to nothing. And like I said, guys, it's really important being able to do split pushes, especially with the Hog Rider. Now right here, Blue has another Giant as well as some Bombers going in. Jeffrey does have the Minion Horde, but unfortunately for him, Blue does have the arrows ready, and that was a huge Elixir loss. In fact, that was the last of Jeffrey's Elixir. So right here, he has no Elixir left to defend that tower. So Blue does have the 2-crown victory at this point, or the 2-crown lead, sorry. So right here, there's a minute 30 seconds left in this battle. Jeffrey's going to start getting aggressive and start getting desperate here. He's going to go in with the Hog Rider as well as a Wizard for support. But unfortunately for Jeffrey, those Barbarians are able to take care of that Hog Rider before he even gets one hit off on that tower. Now at this point in the battle, all Blue has to really do is just defend for the next minute or so and hold out for a 2-crown victory. So here we are, some Spear Goblins making their way up to the bridge. Blue's going to go ahead and drop down a Musketeer way in the back there. Now, the one thing with Jeffrey's strategy is he hasn't been able to put down any Elixir Pumps at this point, and his strategy with the 8 Elixir Golem really relies on the fact of having some Elixir Pumps to get that Elixir flowing to support the high Elixir cost. Because as you can see here, he drops down the Golem. The Golem is going to start making his way over the bridge, but he simply has no Elixir left to support it. And right here, unfortunately, Jeffrey's Wizard is targeting the Giant, allowing all the other troops to damage that King Tower, giving Blue the 3-crown victory. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.